He's called us back from destruction. I don't know about you, but man, I've made some mistakes in my life. And in doing so, it hurts because, you know what God called you to do, and then you've gone and done something else because you felt like it. I'm going to say it over here because maybe they'll respond better. You guys get what I'm saying. Whenever you've made mistakes, whenever you know you're not supposed to. Man, as a kid who grew up in church, who experienced the power of the Holy Spirit, who saw other people physically healed, I allowed bitterness to get in my heart and my life. I allowed it to become a wedge between me and God because I would not forgive people, hurting people who hurt me and who hurt my family. And because of that, it became a place where it drove a wedge between me, not just in God's people, his church, but me and my own personal faith. And then I was living my own narrative, my own thoughts. I was with my own plans, and they were away from where God wanted me to be. So anytime I set foot in a place that was the gathering of the church people and they were focused and the Spirit of God was there, man, I felt conviction. Not condemnation, that's different. That's whenever you are condemned to die, there's no way back. I felt conviction from the Holy Spirit because I knew better than what I was doing. And see, I think many of us live that narrative. Man, when I became a pastor, I had all these friends, man, from back in the party crew life. And they knew me as this other guy. And they would talk to me and they'd be like, hey, Jay. I'm like, hey, how's it going, man? And they're like, good, haven't seen you around. I was like, yeah, different agenda, different things, And that was early days. And then now when they figured out that I really was a pastor, like I'd been away from that life for years, they started feeling way different to me. I'd be like, hey, what's up? They're like, how's it going, Jay? You doing good? I'm like, dude, I see your Instagram. What do you think? You think I don't know what you're doing? I'm not convicting you. Now, here's the deal. I don't have to say anything because the conviction of the Holy Spirit was in me because the Holy Spirit was there. So they were talking to me and they're like, Anybody else? You ever done that to yourself? When you walk in and you're like, man, I'm making mistakes. And you walk in the mirror and you're like, oh, you should do better. You know better. And see, that's the same thing is that we have that opportunity to do better. See, you might have the consequences of the decisions you made. We have to live with consequences. But here's the thing. It does not mean that you can't make better decisions starting today. And see, that was what I had to come to grips with. I thought I was on this journey where I couldn't come back. I know what I've done. Man, I'm so far away. God is like, what are you doing? I love you. I died for you. Come back to what I've called you to be. And since that's a fact, that's the same message he has for you today. That you too would come back to what he wants you to do, to who he wants you to be, to live after his heart and not in this mess that you've created and that I've created.